Hi, I'm Maggie,
Hi, I'm Grace, and this is
a very bookish podcast.
Hey guys, welcome back to a very bookish podcast. This is episode 62, and we are back after a 2-week hiatus.
a long break. You know,
Let's just say Grace and I have both been extremely busy.
we have been prioritizing our mental health.
Let's just say that. I've gone on some medication, and that medication just put me to sleep. I was sleeping like 12 hours a day. I was exhausted. I don't know. Grace, we've both been busy with the shop, school, and life as it
School's been
is.
kicking ass. Well,
Dude,
not as bad as for you, but
it's
yeah.
still like everybody. I was talking with my therapist about this, and everybody's kind of feeling a burnout right now. Like everybody's feeling that, like, because this like semester kind of like year is like when like COVID and the quarantine is kind of, it's not gone away, but it's kind of like relaxed a little bit. We're
Yeah.
kind of trying to get back to normal.
It's
And
hitting the new norm right now,
yeah,
which is like, damn. We've
yeah,
been at such a high stress for quite a while now
yeah,
that now it just feels like,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Well,
Anyways, quick update
yes.
on anything.
Update on the shop. We are currently fulfilling orders at the moment, and I just wanted to show y'all for our audio listeners, I'm going to be showing the tote bag, but for our visual listeners on YouTube, you can see the tote bag. So we have our tote bag. At least I have the tote bag here. Um, I love this. It's so big.
So
It
big.
fits 18 books.
It's big. I use it everywhere. I've
I
literally been using it since I got it and
dude,
just dump stuff in there.
I use it and I put like my textbook and then I put like my water bottle. And these are like big, like accounting textbooks. Like these aren't like small, like high school textbooks. These are like huge, like college course textbooks. And then I still have room for other stuff. And I'm like, how big is this thing? And I love it. And I
And
like
and
it.
and this is not like, like us like overhyping our own stuff, but it's just the fact that like, you know, we do be using
We
it.
use our own stuff and we love
We
it.
do be using it.
Yeah, because it's shallow. It's like long and wide
Mhm.
and like shallow, not shallow, but it's like not like a deep tote bag. You know, like the ones you get from like the grocery store where they're kind of deeper.
Mhm.
It's a little more rectangle, but like side rectangle, which I
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
love. But the shop, we are working on getting orders. We're having a little rough time with our manufacturer at the moment.
Yeah, they're
Uh,
being a whole bunch of bitches.
they're being,
That's what they
they're being, they are so slow and like my light is really freaking out. But they are being like very unhelpful. Like I've I literally told Grace how I was like I had to threaten to be a Karen. I was like I think I put the fear of God in them. I was
You
like,
literally did, because like I reached out first and I was just like, hey, we have a problem with our order. It looks like this and it's supposed to look like this. And it was um with Ada, she was printed very, very orangey. And if you look at like all of our graphics on online and everything, she's not orangey. She does have like a warmer undertone, but it's not like that. And the shirts we got is like she looks orangey. And we're like, we know that there's a difference between you looking at it on a monitor and you printing it on fabric or on paper. We know that there's a difference. I know this, but that's too big of a difference. And I was just like, how do we fix this? Like, can we get a reprint or something like this? Do you want us to return? Whatever. They're like, oh well, we don't really do returns, and we can see what we can do about the situation, but we don't really know or anything. And I'm just like, yeah, I understand your policy and everything, but what are you guys going to do to fix this? And they just kept going back and forth. And then I was telling Maggie, like, dude, they're not like saying anything. And then she's just like, hold on a second. She goes over and hops into that email and she's just like, y'all better fix this right now before I go over to the Better Business Bureau and complain to them, because your policy says that we have a month to reach out to you and which we have done within like the first week. So y'all need to get on this. And they're like, oh, we need pictures of like your items. And I sent pictures. And they're like, well, actually, we need pictures of every single shirt. And this, I'm talking about, this is what, like maybe like 46, 47 shirts,
This is 60 shirts.
60 shirts.
We had
Damn.
62 units of these shirts that were all misprinted. Like we
And
ordered
so,
a ton because we ordered our inventory. So we ordered more than like what like we ordered because it's a pre-order. So we ordered like everything that everybody ordered, and then we ordered extra inventory to have in stock so that we can like fully
yeah,
open our shop. And when I was, because I saw the messages with Grace, and they were like, yeah, like it won't, like their messages were just like, it won't always like print the same. And Grace was like, no, I know that, but I'm telling you, it's like, so I literally, and they were like, you can check out our return policy. So I went, copied and pasted their return policy, and I told them, I was like, we are literally claiming a misprint, right? We are claiming a misprint. And I literally told them, I was like, I will report you to the Better Business Bureau, and then I will file a chargeback with my bank because you are like literally not helping us. Because it was like yes, the shirts are still like wear and stuff, but like I don't think we would feel comfortable giving those shirts out because there is such a clear discoloration.
difference.
It's a
Yeah.
clear like difference.
And yeah, and people could be like, people when they see it, they're gonna be like, oh well, it still looks good. Because I asked my brother, asked my mom, and my dad about it, and I'm just like, how does it look? Does she look bad? And they're like, no, it just looks like she looks more like toony, more like more cartoony. And I'm like, yes, that's the style, but the style is not for her to have orange skin. And I'm like, does she look too orange? And then my brother was like, yeah, she looks orange, but it doesn't look too bad.
Mm-hmm.
And me, I'm like, I know what it's supposed to look like. It doesn't look too bad. It's still wearable. It still looks nice. The design still looks good, but it's not what people had ordered. And that's my thing. It's just like me as like a business person, I want to make the best experience for you as possible. I want you to get exactly what you ordered with a little bit extra, you know. I want you to have such a good experience that you want to keep coming back. You want to keep buying, not only because you like the products, but because you liked your experience working with me. Because you, in the end of the day, you're buying from me. You're not buying just my products. You're buying from me personally, from me, Grace. So I want my customers to have the best experience ever. And if they're getting something that doesn't look like what they thought they were getting, that leaves like a sour taste in people's mouth. And this is our first launch like this. It's going to be like, well, they had their first launch and what I got wasn't what they showed. That's fucked up. And that's going to mess up like our reputation for the long haul, whether it's a small detail or not, you know? So that's why I was pushing at it. And I was like really mad about it. But I'm just like, you know what? Let me let Maggie take over because apparently I'm not being forceful enough. So she did her thing, and now I feel like they're kind of scared because we ordered another order of something, but like before this whole thing, and it came like a week before it was supposed to come. And I told her, I'm like, they're scared of you already. They're scared because she literally got on them because we had to take a picture of every single one of those, like what, 60 shirts,
We had to
every
take,
single one of them.
and like it was so many pictures that I literally could not put them. I had to make a separate Google Drive to send them these pictures because I was like, there's literally like the capacity for this email does not hold the amount of pictures that I'm trying to send to them. And like I literally have been emailing them every day. I'm like, hey, do you have any updates? Hey, do you have any updates? And I'm just planning to like email them and like harass them basically until they finally relent because
Yeah, because it's what, been a week now?
it's been a week since they said they would look into it with their team and still hasn't gotten back to us. And I get, yeah, it takes a while, but like if you look at the photo that we sent in and the photo that we got, there's a clear difference when all of our other ones are basically exact. Some
Yeah.
like
All the
slight
rest of
color
them
difference
have, yeah, slight differences.
that comes out with
But
printing. That's just
yeah,
printing. And we understand that. But it was like the fact that like they were being so like non-helpful. I was just like, I hate being a Karen, but I was like, in this moment, I was like, this is what Grace and I want to do. And I was like, they're not going to fuck this up for us. We're not going to use them ever again. We're not using them ever again, at least for like
Shirts.
shirts. We're not going to
Because
use
the tote bags, they did nice. The tote
tote
bags, they
bags.
did good.
The tote bags
But
and the sweatshirts, they did good. Everything else, I mean, there was like one fuck up on our part, which we had to pay the cost for that. But
yeah. But even like with our sample runs of all the shirts, there was always kind of like something not there with it. And like that's with me going back and forth and like changing the coloring and
yeah,
trying to adjust it. And for like, because the design when it's printed small, it looks possible. Like you can't really tell. So that's why on the tote it looks fine. That's why on the sweatshirt it looks fine. But when each of those images is blown up to have its own shirt, that's where the problem lies. And we're just like, you know what? Lesson learned. This is not a company we're going to use for the shirts again. We do like
the tote bag.
the tote bags and the sweatshirts. But other than that, this ain't it.
Yeah.
Outside of that, the stickers look amazing.
Oh my
The
gosh.
little prints
The
that we have
packaging.
in the packaging has been so much to do, like fun to do. And it's like me, you know, you guys know when you
I
guys get a package, opening it, it's everything.
I will say I feel like you doing the packaging has really re-inspired you. I'm getting that vibe because like you're
Yeah,
sending me updates about the packaging and stuff,
I know. I'm
and
sending you like every little thing.
I'm so excited because like so this is a little like detail is we have like wax stamps, so we're like wax stamping stuff, and when I tell you the colors of the packaging and everything together,
It's
and
a
like
whole
we
vibe.
have cards and everything, and it makes me proud that like we're doing this. We're doing
Mhm.
this. And the fact that like we're literally 2 time zones away and we're still like I'm sending Grace stuff, she's like sending me stuff, and we're like communicating, and I'm messaging people on Etsy, and she's like, "Oh, how are this?" And I'm just like, "Oh my gosh."
Hey,
Like,
this is like for real, like the time where like it's good to have like a partner because like literally I'm doing all of like the in-house stuff and
yeah.
you're doing everything online, everything with
Yeah.
like the business side. Like this is actually where the
Our
two of us,
strengths
yeah, where
combined.
we're both like kind of like
Because
doing
you're
our
like
thing.
the creative, like the packaging, the detail, you're putting it all together, making it presentable, and then I'm the one who's like yelling at people and being like, "Y'all need to like fucking like help us." But then like the support, when I tell you, when I like messaged, because we messaged our customers about the ADA problem, and hopefully we're able to keep the shirts from the messed up ones because I don't know what they're gonna do with them.
Yeah.
Um,
They better not ask for them back. But
yeah.
if they do, it's gonna be like, what the fuck are you gonna do with them?
Yeah, I mean, I guess trash them or whatever, but we've told them we're like, we're not gonna sell these because it's like they're so we'll do like a giveaway or something with them, but if we keep them. But I literally messaged people and I was like, hey, I'm so sorry this happened, but like there is discoloration that we do not feel comfortable selling these to you. Would you be okay with getting the discolored one for now? And we'll send you the right colored one free of charge. And the responses that I've been getting back, I'm just shocked. I'm like, people are being so grateful that we're communicating this with them. And I really forget that like that is really like the key when it comes to this is like just being open with people, and like that's what gets them more understanding. It's like, hey, this is a problem we're having right now, this is what we're doing to fix it, here's a solution, would you be okay with that? And most everybody's like,
Yeah, and
yeah.
it's not us, you know, like certain companies where we just do like an Instagram post and just hope everybody sees it and that's that. That's very impersonal to us. So we were like, no, let's reach out to each person and talk to them one on one because I feel like that means like because we care
Yeah.
so much about these people and we care about them getting a good experience and we're just
Yeah.
like because we know we buy things, we know
Yeah.
what it's like, and we want to feel seen, we want to feel heard. And so we want our customers to feel that, you know, we want words of affirmation, love language coming through with all of our, you know,
Dude, and I still can't get over the packaging. I still can't get over it. Like even thinking about it, like Grace
It's
is making
cute.
it's sultry is what I would say the packaging is. It's sultry, and I can't wait for people to open it. Like,
Yeah,
and be
my
like,
ribbon tying is definitely getting better. And
yeah.
then I love like, so we're also using our mailers are going to be compostable mailers, so they're also reusable, so they're not just like regular plastic ones, like you can use them for other things. And then so we got our mailers from No Issue, which they do compostable and recyclable mailers. If you are a small business, make sure you guys go check them out. Really good. Love the mailers so much. And then we got our sticker labels, and just seeing like all of the mailers like stacked up, and I'm just like,
It's hitting
damn.
you. It's hitting you.
I'm like, damn, you know?
Cause like we were so last night, we're recording this on Wednesday, but on Tuesday last night we were FaceTiming with Eamon, and Grace was fulfilling orders while we were on FaceTime, and just watching her, and like that little bubble in your chest, and I'm just like, I want to be there with Grace, like I want to be there, like packaging with Grace, and that's why like I feel a FOMO because I'm like I'm so far away, and I'm just like I want to be there, like I want that experience of like packaging late at night, trying to fulfill orders, and that kind of like craze of it and stuff.
Oh yeah. It's been a surreal moment. And like even like when you have moments like this and like you glimpse into like the future, you're just like, dang, what happens when I have to expand outside of my room? What happens then? Because like low-key it's kind of getting like that, but this is only one launch. But what happens then? I'm like, man, I'm gonna go down there to the garage. I'm gonna clear off all the baseball stuff off of one of the racks, and it's just gonna be all my shop stuff down there. And you start thinking about all of these things, and it starts small. And so I'm proud of us. I'm proud of us. And it's been pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie, it's been kind of crazy because sometimes I feel like, damn, I gotta print all of this stuff. I gotta be on top of the orders. I need to ship this out. I need to do this.
Because it's funny because I
But
nag Grace on this because I'm like sending her like daily things to do.
oh yeah, she sends me like a list every time we have like a meeting. She like is writing down all the stuff, and then she'll send me a picture of it and send it to me. And I'm just like, okay, I gotta do that, gotta do that, gotta do that. And so but it feels so good completing them too, especially when you're feeling like in a rut of like not accomplishing anything for a
Yeah,
while.
we both felt in like a creative rut. I feel like
Yeah.
this. I feel because like you sent me the video this morning of you putting the stuff in the mail, and I was just
Oh
like,
yeah.
oh my gosh, oh my gosh,
Hmm.
so exciting! I'm so excited for people to get their stuff.
Me too, dude. I can't wait to see people start opening it. If
Yeah,
you ordered, if you ordered and you
please tag
open,
us.
yeah, please tag us in unboxing. That's what I should have put on the letter. That's what I forgot to put.
Yeah,
Oh well. But please tag us in your unboxing videos. Tag us in you wearing the shirts, in you using the bookmarks, the stickers. Tag us in everything because we want to feel that experience of you getting your things as if we were handing it to you in person. We
yeah,
want to feel that. So yeah, that's that side, you know.
yeah.
Um,
As you can tell, we're really excited about the shop and
we are.
everything that's going on. We're
We are.
like, we're
Yeah, because
genuinely.
just wait. I'm like, like she said, like now my creativity is like blossoming now because like, being an artist, like you get tired of looking at the same thing after a certain amount of time. So
Oh yeah,
low
we're definitely
key,
tired of looking at these
I'm
designs.
so low key. I love my design so much. I love it so much. Like I'm wearing Camille's shirt every other day, okay, and Ada too, with her orange skin. But you know, I'm kind of like about seeing the design every single day,
Yeah,
and so like that's why I felt like I had a rut. But now packaging everything and putting it together and figuring out how to organize how to put it together for people to open it, it's opened my mind to like, what next? What am I going to do next? So I got new projects coming. I'm working on my technique for like certain things. Like I want to like get so good at this style that I'm developing enough to like do like little comic strips of certain scenes. You know what I'm talking about? So just you wait. Let's just hope I
Some
don't burn out.
spicy scenes.
I mean,
Okay.
do you remember that one spicy picture that I drew?
I remember it.
Yeah. You know what? I'm thinking about going back to that one and kind of reworking it for something.
Okay, but like, what if we? Okay, I don't contact us. Like, I'm seriously like contact us. Prints. Like, what kind of? Grace has been wanting to do prints and stuff. Would
I
y'all be
have.
like? Would y'all be interested in like little print cards of like the girls, each girl, or like the full like brutal ladies print or something like that? Like, because that's something we can
Or
do.
them with the guys, or
Yeah. Would
like
y'all be
specific
interested in the
scenes.
brutal men? Like, I guess it could be like the brutal lords or something. That's too cringy.
I think they would be like the
Brutal
I don't know.
brothers.
I don't know.
But yeah,
I
no.
gotta think of a name for them because they
Yeah.
can't be brutal. I think they need to be something else.
But yeah, so that's the shop updates. We're really excited and we're really happy and we can't wait for people to start getting their orders. We just can't wait. But
I can't wait till the first person gets theirs.
yeah.
I'm checking that tracking information like every single day. Anyways,
So that's
so
our update. That's not what our main thing that we were going to talk about today.
it was not.
We spent 30 minutes talking about the shop. Fun fact.
This is
per
a catch-up
usual.
episode.
This is a catch-up episode. So we today, fun fact, this is 18 plus from now on. So if you are under 18 or if I know you, don't listen anymore because I'm going to be exposing myself. So if I know you in real life, stop listening here unless you want to hear some very graphic details about me and my sex life.
Yeah. Alexis, if you're still listening to this, shut up.
Don't ever
okay?
mention
Don't
this.
say nothing. Don't ever say nothing.
Don't ever.
We keep secrets, okay? Shh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
This segment of the episode will be seeing. It is inspired by this TikTok that I made that I posted on Wednesday today.
well, I feel
about
like
seeing
yeah.
about seeing how our kink test, like our kinks list has changed and developed. And through this, I ended up sending Maggie a message and I was just like, hey, what are my top kinks? And like a true friend, she just like listed off like 4 or 5 things. I was just like, you're right. And then like I was just like, but what about this one? And she's like, well, is that a kink or is that a fetish? And
Yeah.
so then I'm just like, you know what? Let's go look at a list of kinks. And we started looking through a whole list of them, which we will share some of our favorites in a bit. And Maggie was just like, you know what? Let's see if both of ours has changed. So we decided to take a test again. We have taken this test. I think I've taken it about 3 times. How many times have you taken it?
It's the BDSM test.
BDSM
I've taken it like once at least once a year, and it's stayed pretty consistent until now. I'm like,
Ooh,
some things have moved up and some things have definitely moved down.
Man, I've taken it about 3 times. The most recent time that I took it was, I want to say, around January. That was my last time that I took it. And was it January? I think so. It was a time when I was out with Tanya. Tanya was the one that showed it to me when I took it the second time. So it has been quite interesting to see how things have changed. So if you haven't taken this test, we can link it to you. If you look it up,
Question.
you know what.
Did you take the
Long
longer
one?
test?
Yeah.
Okay, because I did too. It's not that long.
Okay. It's not, but it is like you got to sit there.
Yeah, you have to like sit there, and I kind of have to think too. Sometimes I'm like, do I really want this or do I want it in a book? That was the thing that I really had to differentiate in this test because I was like, there's a difference between like reading it in a book and then wanting it in real life, which is like people think we can't do that as readers, but we definitely can. And I was doing that today where I was like, would I really want this to happen to me or not? So our results.
Yeah, that was that was hard to do.
Yeah. But so
Not really hard, but it was just kind of like, do I like this?
Yeah.
Do I want this? That's more what it was. Not hard. Oh, I have my one from before. Dang. Okay.
Did it really switch?
It did.
So I'm gonna go through. So for me, I have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them are above 94%.
She went in deep, y'all. She went in deep.
Majority of them are above 50%. Like
Yeah.
it gets down to like 40% is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 from the bottom. So I definitely have developed my taste. But so
Romance will do that to you.
dude, like,
Oh, I have my first one too.
oh my gosh, how do you find these?
Screenshot folder in your.
Oh, I delete my stuff every like 2 months. So,
I don't.
because I have like Google Photos, so it like automatically does it for me. So I
Mm.
don't like take up too much storage. But so let's start out with our most recent results.
Should we start with more? Do you have your? You don't have your previous
No,
one, huh?
I don't have my previous ones. So that's why let's do our most recent ones and then we can look at Grace's. I know a couple of mine off the top of my head.
Okay, well, you go first.
Okay, so let's take a dive through my BDSM test results. So my first 3 that are at 100% are I'm a switch, a rope bunny, and a brat. Makes perfect sense with my personality.
Honestly, it does. Wait, have you looked into each of these? Like,
Yeah,
what they
I've
kind
looked
of
like
mean?
before, like I've looked into everything and I'm like, yeah, makes sense. The kind of the switch, the rope bunny and the brat kind of go together.
So, do you want to explain the rope bunny for people who don't know?
Yeah, let me pull up their like definition of it. Where is my Oh, I have it on my computer. Let me see if I can you pull it up real quick?
I have rope bunny on my list too. So,
Yeah.
so a rope bunny likes to be tied up and restrained using rope and or other attributes, chains, cuffs, spreader bars, etc. Whether for sexual enhancement, for art, or just for fun. They enjoy being totally at the mercy of their partners. Rope bunnies typically pair up with riggers.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Sounds about right. But yeah, so rope bunny is basically like to be tied up. So switch is obviously like you can swap between like being dominant and submissive. And then brat is kind of it's a submissive who likes to talk back is what I like to like describe it as basically, where it's like you like that playful banter back and forth.
You want me to read that one?
Yeah.
Okay. Brats are, in essence, naughty submissives. They find disobedience a form of playfulness rather than letting their dominant down and require a compatible dominant who will not only teach them a lesson, but also accept that any number of lessons might still not necessarily change this behavior. Brats typically pair up with brat tamers. That's me too.
Yeah. So those are my
Makes
first
sense. Makes sense.
Yeah, those are my first 3. What are your first 3?
So my top 3, I don't have hundreds. I don't have hundreds yet. I think I'm waiting for somebody to come along and like, push me into that full role.
Mhm.
uh I have brat is my number one. I am at 91% of a brat.
91?
91.
Okay.
81% submissive and 73% voyeur.
Mhm.
And a brat, I just read that one. A submissive, like, likes to follow, likes someone to be in control, and it's not only in the bedroom, but also it could be possibly in the lifestyle. And it's not um this part is kind of like maybe where people kind of like get it mixed up with bottoms. Unlike the bottom roles, receiving pain, bondage, degradation, being submissive is more about who decides what happens and takes the responsibility that comes with it than about the contents of what happens. So it's not really of just like always being like the little and always being like it's something a little bit more than that.
Because
So
I feel like a submissive still can take like the command of being dominant. Like when somebody's like, I want you to take control. Like, you know, that kind of thing where it's like they still have that power. Like the kind of thing of like being like a power bottom where it's like the submissive role is like they're telling you what to do and stuff and you like that kind of thing is what I like to like generalize it. Why am I trying to explain this? Like if you're listening to this and
by the way, yeah, like let's clear this up real quick before people come at us. We are in no way any type of experts in BDSM or any type of kink. We are not experts at all. What we know is basically our experience with these roles and how we fit ourselves into them. We are going off of research that we have found on the internet. There is plenty of more in-depth research that you can go ahead and look up on. And with always, you do have to understand that BDSM is always treated with consent, and it is a form of not just sex, but also a type of lifestyle. So treat it with respect and make sure that you go in with an open mind. If it's not for you, it's not for you. That's totally fine, but don't come for our necks, okay? We're here just being curious.
yeah. So those are our top 3 each. My next 3.
Wait. I'm going to voyeur because that
Oh
one is a
yes.
new one for me.
Yes.
That one's a new one for me. Um, um, wait, I'm picking the wrong one. Okay, voyeurs enjoy watching the nakedness or sexual activity of other people, consensually, of course. Voyeurs typically pair up with exhibitionists. What you want to go into your next 3?
My next 3. Let's go into it. My next 3 starts at 98%. Voyeur. 98% I am voyeur.
Which real quick, all readers and most men and women and non-binary are voyeurs in a sense.
If you
Whether you watch
watch like SW work,
videos,
yeah.
if you're on Twitter after dark, if you're
Twitter After Dark is a special place.
Twitter after dark is a special place.
That's where
If
most of the
you're
girls are. Most of the girls are on Twitter After Dark. That's where most
for
of them
sure,
are.
that's where we know most of our our favorite people. Anyways, if you're on that, if you're watching videos, if you actually like seeing it play out in front of you, we're all a little bit of voyeurs. I feel like voyeurism is also part of like reading smutty themes in a
Yeah.
sense.
Because
It's very light. It's a very, very light form of it, but I feel like it is part of it.
or like
So I feel like
audio.
that kind of leans into that cup, you know.
Yeah.
Of course, like there's people who just like reading it and that's it. They would feel uncomfortable looking at it, watching it. They don't like watching videos or anything like that.
Mhm.
Yes. But I feel like reading, at least this is for me, reading smut has like opened that doorway of being more curious to watch and see it. And it doesn't necessarily mean that it only is for like your sexual satisfaction or
Mhm.
pleasure. It goes into more than that. But yeah, I feel like us readers, we're all kind of voyeurs, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So that's my fourth one is voyeurism at 98%. My next one, coming in at 96%, we have submissive. A close runner up at 95%. Experimentalist.
Exhibitionist.
No, experimentalist.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
I swear I thought, oh wait, hold on, I was looking at the other one.
Experimentalist at 95%.
Okay. So that's your next three, right?
Yeah, that's my sixth one.
Okay.
What about you, Grace?
My next three, my percentages are way lower than Maggie's, just so you guys know. So at 67, I have Switch, which when we get into my other ones, you'll see where that used to be. Switches, they like to switch, it's not always taking a dominant position, it's not always being submissive, but it's, sometimes they like to be a little more in control and sometimes they don't want to be in control. And that's very, very much me. At 60%, I have experimentalist, which just means you just like,
You're interested and open into new things.
yeah, you have, or you want to try it all, or you like everything, but you just like it.
Yeah.
And then at 59%, I have vanilla.
Wow.
I know, right? And I
Yeah.
think that has to do with um me wanting like more of an emotional
Yeah.
monogamous kind of thing,
Yeah.
which I like. I'm not gonna lie and say like, all of these threesomes that I've been reading about have changed that for me. I'm a still one and done type of girl.
Mhm.
So
Yeah. So those are
yeah,
your next three.
my next three. Go ahead with
So
your high percentages.
my next three, starting at 94%. Those are such fucking high percentages. I have rigor. Then dropping down to 87%, I have degradee. And then close 86%, I have degrader. So those two are like neck and neck right next to each other. So those are my 7 to 9 from the top.
Oh, all right. For me, my next is 58 exhibitionist, which means, they like being the one watched.
Yeah.
Um, then we have 43 rope bunny, 34.
Okay, can I say something? I thought rope bunny for you would be a little bit higher.
I thought so too, but I didn't get that many questions about it.
There weren't that many. There weren't that many questions about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah. We both zoned out. We were like,
Yeah.
to be tied
We
up.
were because we got kind of like
We're like,
daydreaming for a second.
like, oh. I love that sound.
Okay, so I have exhibitionist, rope bunny, and then at 34%, I have masochist.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. I think that definitely has to go with like the biting and scratching and all that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a little hot in here.
A little.
Little hot.
Yeah. FYI, masochists are the ones who like receiving.
Yeah.
They are not the ones who give. They are the ones who receive. Sadists, on the other hand, are the ones who give. You know? Yeah. All right. Next.
Moving on to
Intern.
my next three. At 81%, I have, drumroll please, sadist. Do you want to know what's the close second at 80%? Masochist. And I think this is where it shows the switch in me, where it's like most of them are like close together.
Right after each other.
And then dropping down to 76%, I have dominant. So I guess you can definitely see where my like switch really comes to play.
Yeah. You're a switch with sub tendencies.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my next is degradee with 29%.
You like to be talked dirty to.
I do.
Dude.
But give me a little sweetness with it, you know? Butter me up while also slicing me up, okay?
Yeah. Butter me up and then put me on a slice of toast.
Yeah, you know.
Spread me thin a little.
Spread me. Yeah, there you go. That was at 29%. 17, I have slave. 14, master or mistress.
Mm-hmm.
Also tied for 14 is dominant.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Wow.
Okay. Do you want to run through the rest of yours at that point?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still
go ahead, run them through.
They're still all over the team right now. So I'll go to like we're down to 14%. So at 67 at 71% I have exhibitionist. That's 71%. At 67% I have brat tamer. 62% I have primal prey. 61% I have master/mistress. 56% I have owner. 53% I have non-monogamist. 40% I have vanilla. 38% I have primal hunter. 29% I have pet. 28% I have slave. And then I don't have anything till 9%.
Yeah. I can go my 9 through my last percentage and then we'll do zeros together. Yeah. Okay, so 9% I have non-monogamist, 7 rigor, 5% sadist, 4% pet, 4% primal hunter, 3% owner, 2% mommy and daddy.
Yeah. Daddy/mommy I have at 9%.
You know what? If I'm looking at it, I think our lists are kind of similar in the sense of like some things line up similar percentages. You just have a lot more on your list.
They line up. Yeah. I'd say that. Yeah.
We'll put it on like a graph.
We'll graph it for y'all guys.
Yeah.
Wait, I can do that. I can do
we'll
a
put
graph
it on an
like,
Excel sheet and then like do a pie chart and like a
I'll do a bar graph chart for us.
I'm sad.
So for our Instagram post, you're gonna see the bar graph chart of our king.
Oh my god, that is putting myself way too out there. Nah, but I don't care. I'll show you.
We've talked too much about ourselves.
Oh gosh.
But so for 0%. So
okay, zeros.
For me, age play and boy/girl 0%. That's not something.
Same.
I literally put that on full. I was like, I do not want to act above younger than my age. I don't want to act like a baby. That's not something I'm very interested in at all.
Yeah. So for people who don't know, boy, girl, yeah, that, yeah, if it's for you, it's for you. Littles, girls, boys are submissive spirits with a strong flavor of childlike innocence. They long for a nurturing, loving dominant who plays a guiding, almost parental role in their lives. While they require a softer approach to being dominated than most other submissives, their submission can be just as deep as that of any other submissives or slaves. Sexuality is not necessarily involved, and there is no link at all with pedophilia, which is simply not on the BDSM spectrum.
Well, it's like it's when it comes to like daddy, mommy, and those kinds of things, it's like you want it kind of goes along with that, like you want the other person to be like the caretaker and to be like that kind of role of like
Yeah.
that's what it's more of like than it is like
You can think of like extreme practices where like they won't eat without the other person serving them and the other person bathing them, and
yeah,
and sometimes that is super super comforting,
for some
but
people.
not really for us.
I'm an Aquarius. I need my independence.
I'm a Taurus. I don't know, I like it a little cuddly, but don't put your spoon in my face.
I have 0% physical touch
I
left.
have oh yeah, that's true.
So
Anyways, anyways, uh some more 0% that I have: primal prey, degrader, brat tamer, obviously because I'm a brat, so I can't tame myself.
mhm.
And that is it.
Yeah.
That's our list.
Yeah.
It's very interesting.
Yeah, I can definitely see how like books the fact that like experimentalist is so high on my list, I think that's because of romance books. And we talked about this with Denise. So if you want, you can go check out our episode. And Salma too, we kind of talked about how romance books really open us up to be more like interested in the more kinkier sides of ourselves.
Literally,
How
because
how does yours compare to your old test from January?
okay, so my test in no, so I didn't take it in January. I took it November 11th,
Okay.
2021. Um, my top three were brat, submissive, and masochist. Brat was 97, 94 submissive, 60, 76 masochist.
Wow, masochist really dropped for you.
Yeah, I guess because maybe I'm not that into pain
Yeah.
as much as I liked.
Yeah.
Voyeur was 61,
So it jumped up.
and Rope Bunny was 71.
Oh, so Rope Bunny jumped down too.
Yeah, I did.
Interesting.
Um, I was 36 degrader and 32 degradee, and 38% slave, 52% dominant.
Oh wow, so it really
Yeah, those dropped big
yours
time.
really went like
Yeah,
swapped
my
there.
my scales jumped opposites. Yeah, and compared to July 2021,
hmm Just like every 6 months.
yeah, it's updating. And my romance books haven't gone that far if the deep end. Watch me get into some stuff, and then we'll see the real change.
Oh yeah,
This is a good way to gauge what romance is. This is a good case study. You know what this is?
this
This is a good
is.
case study. You know what? I'm gonna keep doing this. So the first time I ever took the test was July 22nd, 2021. And at the top, at 90%, take a guess what it was.
I'm gonna say vanilla.
Oh, really? It was submissive.
Interesting. Well, I guess it has is 81% now.
Yeah, it dropped. Which is why, my TikTok video, Dom and Sub, was not
Yeah.
on my list. Makes sense. You don't remember my video, do you?
Dude, it's been a busy day. I've been studying for an exam.
You know that video? It goes like, the dude is like, Eminem's not even on the list. I'm like, Eminem? You not on the list?
Oh, yeah, the one
Who
from
else was on
today.
the list? Yeah, that one.
Yeah, that one, yeah. Oh, I know what you're talking
Dom,
about. I thought you were talking about an
Dom
earlier one.
and
I was like, I don't know what you're
yeah,
talking
no,
about.
no, no. Dom and Sub weren't on my list currently. But anyways, Voyeur was 53, Degrade E was 52, Brat was 69, Masochist was 14. And those are pretty much the big ones
Hmm.
that changed. Vanilla was 87.
Oh, yeah, that one's definitely gone down.
Big time.
Did you have a lot more red in that one?
A lot more red.
Hmm.
I had like half of the list in red. I had a lot more 3 and 4%. But yeah, it changes over time. And I feel like that has to do with like things that you're open, like there's this discussion, right, about romance books. We talk about how they're a way for us to experience things without having to experience.
Yeah. It's kind of,
Open it,
yeah.
you know.
I think
Yeah.
it's a nice, like, escape. Like, a lot of people say it's like, it's a way to, it's kind of a safe space where you can experience things without experiencing it and kind of test the waters to see if you would be interested in it. Um, and I think that's why reading has really made me realize what I'm interested in and what I'm not interested in. Um, but yeah, it definitely,
It opens up to where you figure out if you would be open to it to try
yeah,
it out in person.
yeah,
Doesn't mean
and
that you have actually done it, but
yeah.
like I've never, well, have I? I don't think so. I haven't been tied up. So,
I
but
haven't
it's
dated
on.
anybody in 3 years, so
Has it been that long? Has it been that long? How long have I known you? 2 years?
almost 2 years soon.
Yeah. I haven't dated it. I haven't been with anyone in about 3.5 years. 4, 3, 4. Who knows?
No, because you broke up with your boyfriend like
No, girl, we were broken up a long time ago. But when did I stop messing with him? It was about 6 months
that's
before
what I was about to say. You're
quarantine.
still messing with him. But
Yeah,
one of the key things that when it does come to BDSM, it's all about consent. So that is all about like
100%.
both partners, not just one. Both have to be willing. And sometimes it's like awkward, like, is this okay? Shoot that out there. Even if you're a woman, like asking, is this okay? Because I know
Look,
we
we
harp
love
about
communication.
communication is key. Communication, I think what communication does in those intimate relationships is bring it make it even more intimate because it's that other person recognizing like, do you like this? Do you want this? Like, it's that kind of, and it reassures the other person too, like, yes, keep going, kind of thing. You're doing good.
Hmm.
That's kind of like my praise king coming out.
Oh yeah, I was kind of mad that I didn't get no questions about that because I was like, that would have
Yeah.
been high up on that
Yeah.
list.
Praise? Yeah.
Oh, girl.
I think
Ooh.
they need to update their list because there's definitely breeding kinks now,
Yeah,
and there's nothing about that on that list.
yeah, I know for sure that would be on there. Would I
Yeah.
have that? I don't know. I don't know.
I don't think
Anyway.
breeding no because I don't want children. So Grace, Grace is ready to pop a few out.
I want to be married.
That's true.
Anyways, um, but it this is about like that also brings up the conversation about like dub, um,
Con
I mean dub con,
dubious consent is what dubcon
yeah.
is.
So because that is like consent but not verbally given, or it's like not
Mhm.
actually given consent, but it's something that some people exercise and they do, but it's like It's like that weird gray line, but it's something that has been consented
Consented
to
before.
before.
And it's like you both acknowledge, like, hey, I'm okay if you do this to me. Like, you know, there's like always are like that she wakes him up to giving him a blowjob or something like that. It's consenting beforehand. It's like, hey, if I do this, would you be wanting that? Most guys that I know, they're like, yes, I want you to do that. Some guys I've heard, they're like, no, that's okay. But I also think that's why like safe words are also like, because like there are people who like that kind of like, you know, with like a brat and stuff where it's like the no, like saying no kind of is like a, like you're not saying no, it's like
But
that
you're just,
playful
yeah, like a power
playfulness.
struggle
Yeah.
in that.
And it's
And go on.
that's why a safe word is important, I think, to have like, no matter how like vanilla you could say the relationship or like sex is, a safe word
Mhm.
is always good to have.
Yep. And that kind of goes into like the consent, non-consensual kind of like scenes that
Yeah.
we read in books and stuff like that. It's, I understand the whole concept and talk around it, right? We do want active consent throughout all of the relationships. To some people, consent can be given before, or there can be an understanding of consent discussed before this one scene.
Mm-hmm.
And it may seem like there is no actual consent given, but it has already given outside of that space. Okay. Again, reiterating, if you want to do more research on this, feel free to do so. We do not claim to be experts on this subject. We're going based on some research that we have compiled ourselves. We're going on discussions that we have had with other people and other experts on this matter, but don't don't just take our word for it. Please do your own research with that. That being said, there were a list of kinks that we looked up after. No, we know what was on this test already, but we were looking into what are some other stranger kinks that are out there.
And
And
oh,
go ahead.
I was gonna say what inspired this is Grace was sending me these like things, and I was like, there's this woman on TikTok who every single day she talks about like a fetish, like a sexual fetish. And she just every single day. I think she's on like 500 something. I don't remember her username or anything, but it's like every single day she does one, just one a day, and she gives you a fetish. And it's like, and she's very open and she's just defining it and saying like, hey, this is what it is. It is what it is, and here you go. So I just, that's what inspired these next few ones that we saw.
Yeah, we did get a list online of like some like
It's
a
from the
hundred.
Bad Girls Bible, is where it's from.
Yeah, it's an article with a list of different types of kinks, which I screenshotted a few because I thought they were interesting, and especially for book lovers and certain scenes in certain books that call to mind. Um, the first one is oralism.
Mm-hmm.
Oralism, if I'm pronouncing that wrong, I'm sorry. It's just the word for having a sound kink, being turned on by hearing things. For example, you might be extra aroused by hearing the sound of your partner hit against you as you have sex, or the sound of their moans or how wet they are. You can explore this kink by trying to dampen out other senses, using blindfold, for instance, so you can focus on the noises. If you've ever gotten a tingly listening to ASMR, the sound effects in audio erotica, this might be your kink. And for me, I know 100% that this is one of my kinks because audio, I'm a I love hearing. I don't care too much about what's going on in the video because 100% I'll be watching videos, but it's not so much about what's going on in the video. It's more about what I'm
Okay,
hearing.
that's what I saw this girl talk about TikTok, and she was talking about like dark Twitter after dark, and she was talking about how when women watch videos and stuff, they're not paying attention to the man, they're paying attention to the girl, and they're listening to hear if she enjoys it, and that's what gets us off. It's not the video, it's not like the guy, it's the is she liking it, because we can put ourselves there and then we're like, okay, we're enjoying it kind of thing. It's that listening to a girl enjoy brings joy to us. But yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, come on. It's because like every time you're looking for a video, let's say you feeling it, right? And then you're
Yeah.
looking for a video. It's not
Listen,
about
there's some videos where
seeing him. I don't care about
but
him. I really don't.
there's also some videos where the girl is like
Super
exaggerating it
quiet.
or exaggerating it like really, and you're just like,
Yeah.
it's too fake. That's why I like the at-home videos.
Yeah.
The
The at
at-home
home one. Well, actually, I found one. I found one. It's like a movie, and it's a parody of Marvel characters.
Can you send me it?
I sent it to you right now. I sent it
Solely for
to
research purposes, I want to see this.
I sent it to our friend that we were talking to yesterday,
Oh, you did?
and yeah, but it was like another time when I was facing
During this time?
No. Like this is
Oh, okay.
March.
Okay.
March, I sent it to her.
Well, while Grace is sending me that, another A1 that I found is
Wait. Hold on. Let me finish explaining this video because it's if you know the video, you know what it is. But it's Deadpool. It's two Black Widows, and it's
I'm waiting to see if you sent me this.
Taskmaster. I sent it to you.
Okay, now. Oh my gosh. Okay.
And Master.
Mhm.
Okay, it's the four of them, and the beginning part of this movie is like so funny and so cringy because like there's like I had to, we're going on a mission, and then Deadpool is dating one of the Black Widows, so they go, and then Taskmaster's there, and Taskmaster likes copies everything, so Deadpool's like,
I'm watching.
well, can you copy everything? And he's like, yeah, I only copy what's like good enough to copy. He's like, all right, let's see what you got. And so each of them takes a Black Widow, and I gotta say, both Black Widows, especially the one with Taskmaster, that one, she does a pretty good job, and he does a really good job. So, and this is on Twitter. If you find it, you find it. If you don't, sorry. And it's like the Twitter posts clips of like all the parts. Well, not all of them. There's some parts missing, but anyways. And that's pretty good. So that one, very, very enthusiastic, but rightly so. So there's a difference. That's a good audio one. Watch that later, Maggie. Don't watch it now.
I'm looking at the list. I'm trying to
Okay.
say the next one. So the next one is Amorophilia, and it's the kink for being unable to see, blinded or blindfolded during sex.
That one definitely pairs well with the audio.
Yeah.
For sure. Okay. I'm gonna name these three. Narratophilia is a fetish shared by those who enjoy telling and listening to dirty stories, talking about sex, or incorporating dirty talk into sex. And all readers got that. All smutty readers got that.
Yeah.
We all got that. Another one is catophilia. Amorophilia.
Mhm.
I don't know how to say that, but it's a fetish for having sex in front of mirrors. And I know that there are a lot of books out there with these scenes where the guy tells them there's a mirror right there and they're going at it, and they're just like, no, I want you to see yourself. I want you to look at me, look at us in the mirror. And I'm just like, damn, whew,
Oof.
whew. That's Twisted Games. Oh, what?
Wow.
Yeah, there's a lot of book scenes with that, but damn, that one. Um, and yeah, you got
So,
another one?
yeah. So this one is Endytophilia, and it's clothed sex. So it's the affinity for sex while fully or partially clothed. You can enjoy this kink while lifting your skirt or dress, so your man penetrates you, pushing underwear to the side, and also can also be a form of a fetish. And when I tell you,
Yeah.
when a guy wants you to wear a dress and he says it's easy access,
Yeah. Yeah. It's something about that. And then like reading those like we're trying to tie this into books and not just about ourselves. But when you're reading when you're reading book scenes and like the girls like shows up in like a nice dress or nice skirt and like he just cannot control himself, and then they just like go out to the back to the alley or something, and they just right then and there, like it's something about that where it's just like they can like
the
they don't give a
feralness.
damn.
It's the
Yeah,
feralness of
it's
it.
like I need you now. I don't care about ripping everything off of you, which I would, but it's that I need you so bad right now.
Oh,
Clothes can wait.
ugh, it's so
Top tier, top tier.
yeah. Wow.
So this is been quite
This
interesting.
took a wild turn. Um, we've talked a lot about a lot of personal things. Shop updates, personal life, going deeper and deeper into our lives and our personalities. Um, anything to add, Grace?
Um, you know what? If you guys want to take this test, I highly suggest you do. If you have taken it before, I highly suggest
Retake it.
retaking it again and just seeing how the stuff that you have been reading has changed you. If you feel like you want to try any of these things that you read about or any of these things that we have mentioned, make sure that you do it with consent and do it with proper care, and make sure with the right type of practice. If you are doing it with your partner, make sure you guys discuss this beforehand. As always, if you want to look deeper into BDSM, we highly suggest that you seek out experts into your research. We are not experts on this at all, but we
Yeah.
are curious about it.
Yeah.
And practice safe,
Sex.
consensual sex.
Yes, as always. And we do not know the topic of next week. We've thought about moving to bi-weekly episodes. We might do that for the rest of the semester, at least until I'm able to get back to my like regular schedule. We might do bi-weeklies, so if we're not next week, that's why. But we do have some.
Got to be careful with that though, because I don't know what I'm doing week of my birthday.
That's true. Well, we can also film before and then.
Oh, that's true. That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, my birthday's this month, just so y'all know.
Yeah.
26, no longer 25. I'm on the later half of my 20s. Oh, gosh.
You're in your late 20s soon.
Oh, okay.
No, you're still in
Ouch.
mid 20s. But yeah, so that's just keep out for that. We will have some upcoming guests that we're really excited about. Anything to add, Grace? Nope. Okay.
Stay smutty, my friends.
Stay smutty, my
Stay
friends. And we'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Bye, everybody.